Hi friends, so today we are going to be looking at what are the few things that you must do when you move to Sweden. This is very important because sometimes we move here and we are misdirected because like almost like 80% of the courses or the programs that you're going to be doing here or lectures for somebody that wants to study. For you to even survive in Sweden, it is important that you plan yourself that you're going to go to school. It is important. Like there is literally nothing you can do here and survive without education. So education is like number one here. So except if you just want to do little cleaning jobs for the rest of your life. Even the little cleaning job demands that you still go to school, which means you still need to study the language. Going to study the language means you're going to school. So why am I doing this video? Because sometimes you move here and then somebody become misdirected. First of all, when you move in, depending on the kind of paper that you have before moving, when you move in, you are expected to start your language program, which they call SFE. SFE in Swedish, but SFI in English. SFI means Swedish for immigrants. Now, the SFI is like a foundation grant for you as somebody that just moved into the country. They're going to teach you the language, the basic level of the language, and then from there you can now decide, okay, you want to study further. They have Grundläggande, they have Svenska som andraspråk. Grundläggande is like basic Swedish, and then Svenska som andraspråk is like a secondary level of Swedish as a second language. So there is like it takes a lot of time. Sometimes it depends on how fast you are. For you to clear all this program may take you up to 3 years, depending on how fast the person is in learning the language. Some can be lesser, some can be more. Now, when you get to SFI, it also depends on how fast you are, because you may require that you take a level test. So for me, I have made a video on the language app. I always advise that you go and get the language app and start learning from your country wherever you are if you have planned to move here. Now, when you are doing that, when you move here, sometimes they will tell you, okay, it's because you have a degree in your country. That is why you are allowed to start from they have A, B, C, and D in the SFI. That is why they allow you to start from C. But actually, sometimes it's not actually so. Sometimes when you move in, they may demand that you start from A, depending on how far, depending on the municipality, they call it commune. Depending on your commune, what their decision is like for you when you so after moving in here, when they have taken that decision from the municipality and they have placed you where you are supposed to start from, now it's now falls on you how fast you are in the language, because sometimes somebody, for me, I did it in less than 1 year. Yeah, in less than about some months, few months, and I was done. I started with C and D, and then I was done. Then I started the next stage. But for some people, you will see somebody that starts with A or B, and then the person is there 2 years, 3 years, the person is still in that SFI. So it depends on how fast you are. Two people cannot be on the same speed. In fact, when you take a problem to them here, they will tell you that you don't, maybe you say, my friend brought this case and then you took these decisions for my friend. They will tell you that you and your friend aren't the same thing. So the decision we take for your friend and you cannot be the same thing. So we are going to take a decision based on you individually, how we see you, and then what we see that this is your capability, or this is where you are, your competence. That is what the level they will put you. So it depends. You can't say that my friend, we came in together, we started this program together, so we are going to start. It doesn't work that way. You understand? So you don't even need to mention that your friend or somebody you know. So that's aside. Now, me making this video is for somebody that is moving in here, because I say that a lot of people are being misdirected when they move in here. First, they tell you that your education from your country is not approved, and then somebody will now say, okay, because it's not approved, let me start all over again. Now, it is not always like that. This is what they do. They will tell you to bring your education, whatever you have studied. Remember, their primary and secondary school education here, except if you are going to international schools, most of their schools here, they teach in Swedish. So when you bring your education, your program, they have their own standard, their own education. their own standard here. So when you bring your own, they do a validation, they convert it to whatever degree it is. In fact, when you have WAEC, NECO, GCE, NAPTEP, whatever you have, and then you bring it here from your country, it is recognized, but they will tell you that this is what it gives, this is the point you have, and then this is what you need more. So it's not like you're going to start the journey from beginning. No, you are going to start from wherever they say you should start. Now, this is my major advice why I'm making this video. When the situation is like that, immediately you move in here, first of all, start your SFI program. While you are on that SFI, in every commune, in every school, in every place you are doing the program, they have what they call VEG Legare. That VEG Legare is like a counselor. So the VEG lecturer is a counselor, and that counselor, his or her job is to direct you or to tell you that, okay, this is what you have, take it for validation. After the validation, come back to me, I will tell you that this is the next step you are going to take. First off, they are going to ask you, what do you want to do? As an adult, you should know what you want to do. Okay, I want to become an auxiliary nurse. Auxiliary nurse, they work in the hospitals, but they are not qualified nurses. They are not nurse. For a nurse, if you want to become a nurse, you have to go study in the university here. Even if you have a degree from your country, if you have a degree as a nurse, I think you have a 1 year program that you must complete here before you become a nurse, and then while you are learning the language. But while you are learning, you do the 1 year program, and then you get your license and you start practicing. That is, get your job immediately. So, but for an auxiliary nurse, they have a program. They do the program for 1 year and a half. That 1 year and a half, they call it Ondakoteshka. Ondakoteshka is very good, because once you finish it, even before you finish, while you are still studying, you can apply for job. You get job immediately. So a lot of persons, because you don't want to stay long or wait long to study based on the language. Some people see this studying in the language as stress, because nursing, medicine, and so many other courses are taught in Swedish here. So you see the reason why it is important for you when you move in to study the language. So as on the Hoteshka, you are expected that you study that language in Swedish. So there is a level of Swedish that you will get to. Then they will now say, okay, you are now free to go and study. In fact, there's what they call combo. You can combine the language. There's a particular level you get to. They will tell you, okay, you can combine this language program with the course. So instead of doing the course for 1 year and a half, you do both the language program. I think you combine SAS and then Ondakoteshka. You combine the two of them, and then you do for 2 years instead of 1 year and a half. For but only Ondakoteshka. But the beauty about it is that when you are studying, you can actually start working and start getting something. Because when you go for an interview, I will still talk about what they may ask you in an interview, because I meet people and they tell me, when they ask you for interview, what do you say? This is that. I will still make a video on that. So when you go for interview, they will ask you, they will see that you are studying, and then they will be happy to pay you very well, because they receive a good salary. It may not be permanent. They don't give you permanent immediately. They first of all place you on time, hourly pay, team loan. They call it team and sell. So team and sterling. Then after that time, they can now say, okay, maybe after 6 months or thereabout, oh, we like you, we want to have you. Then they give you permanent job. That is fast and stern. So it's like that. Now, the important thing that you need to know is, that is for the tester. Now, if you want to go to your VEG Legare, they will ask you what do you want to do and this and that. Then they will not be able to direct you and tell you that this is your option, this is what you are supposed to do. Now, somebody will be like, why do I even need to go to the VEG Legare, since I can just submit to the university admission point SC, and then they will just give me admission, or they will just give me convert my result to do the validation, and I start my study. Yes, it is possible you do it that way, but the point is this: when you do it that way and you submit to them, if your results are not, maybe you need more, or maybe after the conversion you need more, that means you still have to, they will deny you the admission and you still have to wait, and then you may end up being confused. In fact, you go and start the level afresh again. So it is very important that immediately you move in, while you are doing your SFE, meet your VEC legally, please. Your SFE here, a lot of people will be like, will I be receiving money while I do my SFE? I see people receive money, but there are some conditions that will help you to receive money while you pay, because I think I've made a video that when you're studying here, it's not like in Africa that you pay for school. Here education is free, and then they will also give you some money, support, school support, while you're studying. Now when you're doing SFE, you don't receive money, but some persons that are refugees, that are living here at asylum, or maybe the ones that maybe they have a job platform, Albert for Meligan. When they are with Albert for Meligan, Albert for Meligan place them on pratik. They call it internship in English, but here they call it pratik. So in that pratik, they are paying you some money. Now they place you on that program. They can say the program is 50%, the pratik is 50%. That is, your study is 50%, the pratik, which is the internship, is also 50%. Now you combine the two of them. While you are doing this, you are also that means if you go for your class by in the morning, 50%, probably in the morning from 9 till 12, or from 8 to 12, depending on the time that you are given, and then you finish studying, the next thing you want to go and do is to go to your pratic place, after which when you're done, maybe you finish by 4 or 5, or any time that you are done, when you finish there, you go home. In the end of the month, they will give you some money, but not that maybe you just study only SFE and then you're receiving money. It's in most cases it's not always like that. There must be a condition that happens that made them to give you money, or place you on a monthly pay, monthly support. So there's various support that you can get here. I will still make a video on that, but this one is important because I wouldn't like it that somebody gets in here and then you are misdirected, or somebody just give you advice and maybe they tell you, don't mind them, when you move here there's nothing like free education. That one is not true. So that is that for this video.